Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Welcome to termite infestation and baiting. I mentioned this in a previous video. Anyway, I've had a very small issue with termites. Started a little over a year ago, and it has quickly become. I mentioned it to the landlord, and finally got some action on it. Anyway, it's there's a number of people in my condo building with termites. One of my friends has his wooden bed frame getting eaten away, and I had a couple different termite guys in here. The landlord sent in that brown stuff that you see splattered around. My girlfriend read that cinnamon is a repellent, so we splattered some cinnamon up around those areas. And I had been spraying with some bug killer, and that would slow them down for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they'd come back. This is in the bedroom, and what it is, it's mostly concrete, but there's a plywood up in that back area, plywood in the kitchen, and so anyway, the termite guys there's 4 different types of termites here in the Philippines, and this particular type, I thought about buying some baits myself and putting them around, but I think the problem is beyond that. It requires some professional work here, and but they told me to stop. I think they initially came in up in this corner. There's no wood here, but there is probably a crack, and he said that yeah, they probably came in through that crack initially. Um, Over in Solanay, over by Ayala Mall, the condos there, they found a guy bought a big planter full of dirt, and he had a bunch of termite issues, and turned out they apparently had come out of that big pot of potted plant, something like that. Anyway, and anyway, these guys said that some people, now this is the bait they put up there. They kind of cleaned a hole out where the termites were coming through, eating through, and put that thing up there. They can crawl in there. They'll eat the bait. They'll die. They'll take it down. The queen is huge, much larger. Generally doesn't climb up into through these areas. They got the soldier termites, just like ants, soldier termites, and the worker termites. The soldier termites, if that's the right term, go out and find the wood, and yeah, that back piece there, that back section is apparently the concrete column runs along there, but then they didn't want to leave a big hole, so they used plywood to make it look smooth back in there. But the army termites go out and find the wood, and then the worker termites go and get it, bring it back to the queen, and something like that. And anyway, they apparently will come into this box, eat it. Some will die, and these people have a 6-month guarantee. They'll come back every 2 weeks, up to 6 months, to check on it, move it if they have to. But I thought it would require more than one bait, but they said no, it'll just one bait will do once they find out where it's at. And I'm not sure what they're using, but the little baits that I use for ants, and I don't use them for cockroaches because I almost never see cockroaches. The building I'm in and other buildings I've been in spray the common areas, the hallways, and that type of thing twice a month, and only time I see a cockroach is if it's in its last stages of life, wobbling down the hallway. But occasionally I see ants. I have some ant issues, so I get these little bait traps for ants, and that helps keep everything under control. Anyway, I'm not sure what the cost is, but well worth taking care of it early on. I wish that they would have listened to me early on and called in pest control company. My suggestion is, if wherever you move in, if you're going to be there a while, get some traps. And I didn't know. I thought everything was concrete. That's why it didn't make any sense that there were all these termite tracks, whatever they call them. And then when we took a broom and started hitting up in that area, well, shoot, that's there's wood up there, about 12, 15 inches worth of wood there, and in that corner in the bedroom as well. But yeah, if you're going to be there, because you don't want them eating into your furniture, getting into your other items. So, boy, in the future, any place I am, I'll just get some baits. They're pretty cheap online, and just put them around and do preventative maintenance that way. Anyway, hopefully that'll take care of it. We'll know in a few months, or 6 months at least, whether they have to take another approach. They said that some people will, drill a hole, and which was my suggestion. I was going to drill a hole and spray some poison up in there, and they said, no, don't do that. They'll just move. They'll just move and come in from a different direction. So this way, they bait the termites, and hopefully that'll kill them all off, the whole nest eventually. Anyway, see you in the next video.